What's up, team? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. I look like a bohemian right now, but that's okay. I don't mind, so I hope you don't either. In this video, I want to talk about INFJs and the life cycle for them. So growing up as an INFJ, going through the, well, not all the struggles, of course, but a lot of the struggles that you'll go through, and then how you kind of come out in the end complete and whole. You start out as this person who feels not necessarily like one with the world, in the sense of you feel just different from other people. Like something about you is not like other people. Everybody else seems to have this different approach to things. They don't necessarily think through things as much. They don't understand other people's viewpoints and perspectives and how they get to the conclusions that they do. And it probably drives you crazy a bit, right? Like you spend a lot of time being able to focus and defocus your mind and look at different things in different ways and shifting how you approach it and transforming with that. Understanding like this is not the only approach to this situation. It doesn't really feel like a lot of other people do that, right? Other people are more interested in like, I'm just gonna have fun right now. I'm gonna get into the moment. I'm gonna, get all these experiences and have fun and let loose, and more focus on the real world, the current tangible reality of things. One little note on that, I suppose, is that the real world is different for everybody, right? And you realize that. As an INFJ, you realize that everybody has a different approach to things and they see the world in different ways, right? But other people seem to just go about it in one way and that's it, and they don't take in those other viewpoints, right? As you're going through things, as you're going through life, you realize that there's this constant bombardment of other people's feelings, emotions, problems, energies, and it gets really taxing. So taxing that you have this constant push and pull between like, I want to help you so much, but you don't listen to anything I say. I tell you this is the approach that you should take, and you just don't do it. And it's the right approach. I know it's the right approach, but you don't do it. And that is tiring. That's exhausting, because you're making yourself vulnerable by putting yourself out there, putting your ideas out there into the wild, into the world. And so you have that push and pull between, I want to help you so much, but also it's painful. It hurts when you shut down my viewpoint, my information, my approach to this thing. You know you need to do it. You know you need to go help people. Big part of you really wants to, but it's easier, it's safer, it's more comfortable to analyze, to stay in your head, to think about the situation, to make the rational choice. Sometimes that sacrifices tact for truth, and it hurts other people and it hurts yourself as well, but it also, it hurts yourself in the long term, and you probably know that too. There's this maybe cognitive dissonance within you that's like, this is not necessarily the right choice, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it keeps myself safe, doesn't get me involved with other people's nonsense. It's kind of like putting up that icy wall of logic and impersonal criteria and looking at the data instead of pushing yourself out there, putting yourself out there and proactively solving problems with people, solving other people's problems, because you know you can do it. That's the kicker right there. You know you have the ability to do it if other people would just listen. And if they did listen, the world would be a better place. You know, you have all these insights. You can see way down into the future. You can future forecast that stuff, right? You know how the world is going to play out. Or, you know, you have your likely to be true perception on it through searching for that way of building harmony in the world, of understanding the atmosphere, the environment, the social situation, being able to pick up instantly on how other people feel about each other, how other people feel about you, and what's going on with them on a deeper level. Because you can shift through your mind. You can gather these insights that feel like they come from nowhere sometimes, and other people ask you to explain. You're like, I can't explain it, I just know it. But it's hard to do. It's hard to put yourself out there and open up and be vulnerable. It's like wearing your heart outside of your shirt, right? On your sleeve, just exposed and vulnerable, right? Because that's what happens when you express yourself, when you proactively try to help people go through their stuff. You take on that energy, and that sucks. That doesn't feel good, right? So you have that push and pull, and eventually you do realize that, you know, it needs to be dealt with. I need to find some way of expressing it. And you find some people that you can really mesh with, and they get you. They understand you. Maybe they don't understand you completely, but they understand that you have, I guess I'll say, good information. You have the right approach to things if they just listen and let it happen. And so you find those people and you realize that, you know, you can do this. You need to do this. This is part of serving your bigger purpose, part of expanding yourself and connecting more with the world, with other people, even your spirituality, if that's something you're into. And that actually lets you be a better teacher. That lets you express your ideas clearly, concisely, logically, and with emotion, with feeling. And that's powerful. It's extremely powerful. Through doing that, you pick up some battle scars, right? You have your moments where, like, I'm just not gonna deal with this at all. You might get a little critical, you might get a little aggressive, whatever it is. But generally, you start to lean more towards contribution to other people. And ultimately, that lets you embody a bigger version of yourself, a stronger version, a more connected, a more present person. It's probably through something like through activity, through sports, through music, or something like that. Some way of combining the mind and the body to help people, to make an impact on a larger scale. And I just think that, like, through all that struggle, you get into the place that you can take that in. You can take in that struggle of connecting to people in the real world, in the present, in the moment, being vulnerable, and still setting up the boundaries so that people don't overstep them. Any negativity that somebody's trying to bring to you, you're able to just be like, don't do that. I understand what's going on with you. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it, but that's it. Like, don't come at me with that stuff. And through that, I feel that INFJs can really bring this awesome power to the world, this, I guess, prophetic healing power to the world, and impact people on a larger scale, despite not necessarily wanting to at the very start, despite being overwhelmed possibly at the very start, needing to take hours perhaps just like laying down and letting these thoughts without a thinker come through. With all that practice, with all that effort, you do turn it around, and you do find a very powerful, very important way of impacting the world. So I hope this made sense. I hope that it connected with you as an INFJ and you can see where possibly you are, where you're going. And anything that I said that really rung a bell, please let me know. Anything that I said that didn't quite hit the mark, please let me know too, because I want to refine this. I'm trying to bring in my ability to be able to express this on a higher level to impact more people. If there's anything that you want to talk about, please let me know in a private message or comment down below. All right? Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.